out. I've only just installed a 2-element cubical quad here. Running about 300 watts here. The rig is a Yaesu FT950, driving a Heathkit SP200 linear, 300 watts into a 2-element cubical quad antenna, which I put the reflector on this evening, and it's making a big difference over this side, Aaron. I wonder what you're using, because you're coming through here very good. Charlie Yankee 0 / Victor Alpha 1 Alpha X-ray Charlie from London, UK. G0AWV Whiskey Victor, over.
Roger, copy that, all okay. Right now we're on the 20-meter Yagi, a 3-element Yagi. It's a real powerful antenna. I just put it up here this time around.
That's on the quad?
15 feet off the ground or so. Just on a temporary.
That's on the doublet. Doublet?
A temporary
quad.
Operation here. I've got to pack it up every time I leave.
Mental, isn't it? Really?
Nothing fancy here.
This guy's on stable island.
From a ICOM 756 Pro 3 going into that. But it does a very good job into Europe. Over.
Oh crikey, yeah. Well, you know, you're doing an outstanding job, to be quite honest with you, Aaron. I'm just recording this as well. I'll see if I can get it up on YouTube over the weekend or something. If you take a note, if you just take a note of the of my call sign, try and have a little look over the weekend, probably Saturday or Sunday. I'll see if I can upload it up onto my my channel. All you need to do is, when you go to YouTube, put my call sign in, find my channel, and have a little look till you find your call sign. I'll enter it with my call sign and your call sign. You can have a little look at your signal, or what you're sounding like here in the UK. It's a really good signal. I was surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't realise he was running 100 watts, to be honest with you. I thought you would have been running at least 1 kW. You really have a very good signal here. It's really got some punch. So I think the 3-element Yagi that you're running is certainly making a tremendous amount of difference, I think. You know, they always say it's all in the antennas, you know that, obviously. So the IC756 Pro 3 is sounding good. Certainly sounding very good here anyway. And I think the antenna is certainly doing the business. I don't know if that's a step IR you're using, or just some kind of different design 3-element monoband Yagi that you're using, but certainly doing the business, that's for sure. So 100 watts is certainly doing you a very good turn indeed. Over this way, Aaron. Weather conditions over here, we had about 15 degrees Charlie today. It was overcast, a little bit of sunshine coming through. The weather has been a little bit unstable these last few days. I'll put it back over to you, Aaron, anyway, and very good indeed. Nice to run into you for the first time. Charlie Yankee 0 / Victor Alpha 1 Alpha X-ray Charlie. This is G0AWV Whiskey Victor, over.
Okay, yeah, roger, copy that, all okay. Yeah, it's all in the antenna for sure, because there's very little on this side of it.
There's the quad.
Amplifier. And the ICOM 756 is a good radio.
That's on the wired doublet, so still good.
Wire dipole antennas, and,
but massive difference. Well done, Aaron. Look at that signal. Really good.
But it's a lot of work for me to get it up out here just by myself. And as you can imagine, on 20 meters, it's a pretty big antenna. But I got it up this time. I can't really use it over the winter. It's too windy here. So it's not bad now. The wind lately been getting up to maybe 25 miles an hour is probably the worst we'll see for the next little while. But over the winter you can get up over 60 miles an hour. So I guess
why doublet?
Anyway, yeah, I've been making good contacts all through Europe, into the Middle East, and down to Australia on this antenna. So doesn't even really seem to matter which direction I point it. I get good signal reports from the same places, no matter which way the antenna is pointed. QSO.
Yeah, sounds like you're in a what we would always sort of say an ideal kind of location. People, you know, do say time to time, you know, that location, and that's true sometimes. You know, some people I've known in the past, you know, not even to run any sort of linears or even any beam antennas, in all honesty, Aaron, and you know, they put out a tremendous signal, and they work an awful lot of DX, far more than, you know, one would ever expect, really. It's tremendous. So location, I think is pretty key, you know, as regarding, you know, the ground and what's in that soil and everything else, whether you're, you know, close to the sea and stuff like that. Always that always helps, doesn't it? A lot of people that are right sort of more or less on top of the sea, you know, using the sea as some massive kind of ground plane as in a way, and you kind of massive reflector is always a bonus. So yeah, you know, people always do very, very well. But I think you're right. You know, location is very, very good, very lucky. I know with HF it works a lot different to VHF, UHF, of course. You really need the height with those bands. HF is obviously different, but nevertheless you still need to you know, be a little bit lucky and have a decent kind of QTH, a different sort of different positions, different, you know, in stuff in the soil, clay and chalk, and all of that stuff plays it does play a role, doesn't it? It plays a factor in it all. So it's important. So very, very good indeed. I don't know what time you must be running. I guess you must be around you've got to be about 7 or 8 hours behind us, aren't you? I've not tried to pinpoint you on the map to see where you are, but you got to be kind of heading towards the afternoon, aren't you? I would have thought. It's 10 minutes past 11 o'clock at night here, so I'm going to be closing very shortly and getting off to bed because I got to be up around 6 o'clock in the morning for work. So I'll be out of here very shortly. But it's a real pleasure speaking with you, Aaron, and I appreciate you giving me a shout here this evening anyway. Feel free to look us up on QRZ.com. There's some pictures up on there of me and family, and so loads of pictures of what I've done, and pictures of the shack and everything else. Please feel free, if you wish, to take a look. I'll pass it back over to you, Aaron. Charlie Yankee 0 stroke VA1AXC G0AWV Whiskey Victoria.
Roger, roger.
Beautiful signal,
Rick,
man.
Copy that, all okay. Yeah, we definitely got salt water. You can't get much closer to the sea than what we are, and the island is made out of sand, and the seawater permeates right through it, right from one side to the other. So, and the groundwater is really only a couple of feet below the surface, and so yeah, really excellent ground plane there. And the other advantage we got out here is there's nothing around us for miles around. No structures, but also no other electromagnetic sources of interference. So we really are just out in the middle of the ocean, basically, and ideal operating conditions.
5253 on the doublet.
As you find when I put up just the simple wire antennas,
massive on the quad.
Signals, they just don't get the range that this one does. This one just seems to really be able to drive that signal far, a lot of skips, I guess, around the world, and still stay loud. Able to, surprisingly, really able to punch through some big pileups, and it's pretty neat that way. Over.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, the salt water is going to make a massive difference for you as well, for anybody really. So, like I say, you know, if you're sort of fortunately enough to kind of be down in a, you know, location very near the sea, have a lot of salt water around you, it's going to definitely play a dividend, you know, in the transmissions and the DX that you do. So that's always really, really good. And of course, being a tiny little island, just clocked you at 282 degrees heading west. So we're pretty much, I think, beaming on your direction. So yeah, that's great. Well, you have a lot of fun there. I think you're kind of ideally located, and you know, I think you're going to obviously be able to get lots and lots of interest and lots of contacts. I would imagine you're a desirable, to be quite honest with you, Aaron, located there. I would imagine that you would you'd get an awful lot of pile-ups, I would have thought, especially guys coming in from Europe, probably wanting to, you know, kind of call you and stuff like that. So I would think you do very, very well. Okay, Aaron, with that, I'm going to, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to bail out. It's getting to 30 minutes past 11, and like I said, I've got to be up about 6 o'clock in the morning, so I've got to shut everything down here, close everything up, and I've still got to get upstairs, have a wash before I get into bed, and so it's going to be another half an hour yet. So I'm going to wish you a very good evening from London, UK. A real pleasure speaking with you. Thank you again. If you remember to look my call sign up on YouTube, please do. You'll find your contact to be in there. I'll upload it and get it on YouTube over the weekend, so you can have a little look at that. Aaron, take care, God bless, and all the very best to you, mate, and we'll look forward to catching you again. Charlie Yankee 0 / Victor Alpha 1 Alpha X-Ray Charlie, best 73 to you in Stable Island. G0AWV Whiskey Victoria London UK is wishing you a very good night from here. 7-3, and enjoy your afternoon, Aaron.
Okay, Roger. We'll let you go. I guess if you don't mind, maybe I'll just stay here on the frequency and put out a CQ and see what kind of interest we can garner. But in the meantime, have a good evening, and thank you for the conversation. This is Charlie Yankee 0, Victor Alpha 1 Alpha X-Ray Charlie with Golf 0 Alpha Whiskey Victoria. 7-3, Rick.
Hey, take care, Aaron. All the best. Have a good weekend coming up. 73. We'll see you again.
7-3.
There you go. Brilliant.
Charlie Yankee 0,
There's
Victor
Aaron.
Alpha 1 Alpha X-Ray Charlie calling CQ for Stable Island. This is Charlie Yankee 0, Victor Alpha 1 Alpha X-Ray Charlie.
Delta Kilo 4 Echo India.
Delta Kilo 4 with India. Go again.
Yeah, Delta Kilo 4 Echo India. DK4EI. Go ahead, please.
Roger. Echo India. Delta Kilo 4 Echo India. Good evening. You're 5 and 9 on Stable Island. How copy?
Yeah, I copy also 5 and 9 in the central part of Germany. My name is Heinz. Like Hotel Echo India Norway Zulu. And the report again 5 and 9 in central Germany. Charlie Yankee 0 / Victor Alpha 1 Alpha X-Ray Charlie DK4EI.
Roger, Heinz. Copy that all okay. Good signal.
It's on the doublet. It's dropping out a bit.
You're maybe the second call of the evening.
Back on the quad.
Second or third. And we'll see what happens when we get going.
So starting to get a little bit of QSB coming in now, but absolutely first class that.